All right, good morning. I am Chief Kinney. I'm the fire chief here for the town of Norfolk. And on behalf of the Norfolk Fire Department, it is my great honor to welcome you all to our grand opening and ribbon cutting and hose uncoupling ceremony for our new fire station here at 117 Main Street in Norfolk. Today is not just about bricks and mortar. It's about progress, commitment, and community. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for being a part of this momentous occasion. I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank the many people that made this day possible. Obviously, our town leaders. We have Anita Mecklenburg, who is our select board chair, other dignitaries who are in attendance, and others who couldn't be here. I know our representative, Marcus Vaughn, sends his well wishes, as well as Senator Roush. So we want to thank all of those people who helped make this possible. I'm going to go to name a few. It's probably impossible for me to thank everybody, honestly, by name, but there are a few people that really did a lot of work and spent a lot of time and effort into making this come to reality. First of all, our building committee, which is made up of citizens and taxpayers of this town who volunteered their time. And I can promise you there were a lot of nights with long meetings and just trying to do the absolute best for this community and for this town. And I thank the members of the building committee, because without you, this would not be possible. And without you and your expertise and your guidance, this would not have been as smooth of a project as it was. Our fire station building committee was made up of civil engineers, architects, firefighters, fire captains from other communities that live in our town. And it was great to have their knowledge, expertise, and experience, as well as someone to keep us in check a little bit, right? And make sure that we're addressing needs and finding the least expensive ways to address those needs and to meet those obligations. And I'm proud to say that because of their efforts, we've been able to bring this project in, one, pretty much on schedule, and two, most importantly, on or under budget, which is a great accomplishment for a large project like this with so many working parts, so many different details and things that had to be coordinated and brought together. It's a testament to their work and commitment to you, the citizens, and representing you as the citizens of this community. So I have, I'm going to call them by name, the current members. Chris Baker, if you can raise your hand. I know I saw Chris Baker. All right. Kevin Champagne was our chairman. Aaron Hunt. Justin Yanosik. The rest of the building committee was made up by myself and the town administrator and our finance director, Todd Lindmark. So our partners, a lot of praise has to be given, because our partners, Dorian Whittier, who are architects, Vertex Companies, who were OPM and provided clerk of the works, and Castagna Construction. Again, I've been a part of two other projects building fire stations in other parts of the country, and they did not go this smoothly. And I think that's a testament not only to just the building committee and the thorough planning and the thorough implementation of a plan, but also the cooperation and collaboration between all of the partners. Our architect and the contractors worked great together, and anytime there was a little impasse here or there, our clerk of the works, Doug Barletta, stepped in, and Vertex Companies, our OPM, Steve Kirby, stepped in and made it right. And that was very important to this project. This project being thoroughly done, thoroughly planned, thoroughly vetted, and put into action was critical, because we knew that it was a large undertaking. We knew that it was the taxpayers entrusting us to do the absolute best and also make this a great example and a new beacon for the town to be proud of. So with taking those things into account and working with them, it was a very wonderful experience to work through that process. So I want to make sure to thank them. There's a few people to name from Dorian Whittier. We have Tim Mullen here representing us, who did an amazing job as kind of the glue with getting this across the finish line. And along the way, with the engineering and going through the as-built and keeping us on top of everything. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you for all your hard work and tireless effort. Steve Kirby was our man behind the scenes with Vertex. With Vertex Companies, working as our OPM, representing the town, keeping us updated, allowing us to run a really transparent and thorough process. Greatly appreciate your commitment, time, and energy, Steve. Really appreciate it. And then you'll hear this name again today, but Doug Barletta. He was our clerk of the works here. He was our on-site clerk of the works, and if any of you tried to visit the site unannounced or you came to take a look, he was probably the young man that at one point my wife called a grumpy curmudgeon because she came to visit, but she didn't have a hard hat, and she got into an area she shouldn't have been, and he was right on top of it. So, but with that being said, he kept this site running smoothly, he kept this site safe, and he kept us on target and on schedule. So greatly appreciate you, Doug. Greatly appreciate it. My deputy chief, Jack Kelly, and I, we kind of became friends with Doug over this process because he was with us every day, and he kind of became part of the crew, part of the family. So we actually miss him right now because he's no longer got an office here, but we like him to pop by, so we're going to try to steal him somehow. We're going to try to figure out something to get him back here. So he lives in town. That's one of the best things, is that he brought his passion and commitment as a taxpayer and a resident, as well as a building professional. He really did what was in the best interest of this town every step of the way. And whether that was, holding the contractor in check, or holding the architects in check, or whether it was holding me in check as the fire chief, he did it, and he wasn't bashful about it. So he represented you well and took care of the interests of this town. So very proud of Doug, and we are very fortunate to have him as our clerk of the works. So. Other contributors, like I said, I can't mention everybody, but I have to say that I had 3 personnel that really, over the course of this project, really went above and beyond, that I have to mention by name. So there were countless meetings since 2021 is when we kind of started the behind the scenes process and everything else. And just getting to the groundbreaking was a major accomplishment and a huge win for us as a community. But along the way, there were so many meetings and so many organized, whether it be the weekly check-ins or work group meetings, or the weekly, early on weekly or bi-weekly building committee meetings. So Deputy Chief Jack Kelly and Captain Mike Finland, between the 3 of us, there was not one single meeting that was missed, not one, in the entire 4 or 5 year process of getting this done. One of the 3 of us was at every single meeting, and I'm proud to say that when I couldn't be there, Jack and Captain Finland always stepped up. Deputy Chief Kelly, I affectionately know him as Jack, so I think most of you know him as Jack too, but officially, Deputy Chief Kelly, his passionate commitment, being a lifelong resident here, really showed through this project. His care and concern, making sure to point out finer details and things to me, and also Captain Finland, same thing. Been working here a long time, dedicated a lot of his life and career to this community, and that passion and commitment showed throughout the process of getting this project done. Another staff member that really, really went above and beyond, he can't be here today, but I told him I was going to embarrass him regardless, so, and that's Jamie Masterson. Jamie has been a wonderful liaison for us. He's like, I like to call him our MacGyver, or the leader of our little workshop elves, because if there was any ancillary support or anything that needed to be done to make sure we accomplished something on target, on budget, and it required us to work a little bit, get our hands dirty, Jamie led that charge. And if there were any pitfalls along the way, whether it be with something in IT, him helping Ton, or something in specific with the building, him being skilled in multiple trades, he was able to step in and help and really help us push this across the finish line and bring that needed support and also institutional knowledge to this project. So Jamie Masterson did a great job. The last person I'm going to mention by name, because I know they're here, and well, there's a couple more actually, but that works for the town, is Ton Tron, our IT director. There are many hours spent here. I know for sure you working behind the scenes in the MDF room, the IDF room. You'll learn and you'll see when the tours go by, there's a lot of technology built into this building to make it energy efficient and to make it work the way it's supposed to, but almost all of those components are backed up with networking and computer and IT-based things, and without Ton, there's no way that what you see here, the wonderful outside brick and mortar things, there's a nerve system that's making it go, and without Ton, that nerve system wouldn't be working right. So we greatly appreciate you, Ton, and I know you spent many hours working behind the scenes, making sure different IP addresses and networks were set up and working so that the building could function like it was supposed to, and we would have access to the things that we needed to in order to function and operate as a department. So, Ton, we greatly appreciate you. Thank you very much. So on the back of the programs, you'll see some other names of individuals that were very important to this project, but there's two more that I have to mention by name that are here. We have another member of the community, also works for NCTV, Donna Jones, who was a great pioneer for us and support for us from the early stages of this project, helping us put together informational videos, helping us put together just different media so that we could promote and educate the community about the project and what the needs were. And she was a champion for us, also being boots on the ground for us, championing this project. So Donna, we thank you for that. And last but not least, we have Andy Bakanowski. So we will have, there is a slideshow that will be going inside that has progression and pictures, and all of those were made possible by Donna Jones and Andy Bakanowski. He did a great job actually getting drone photos of this facility and the progress week by week, and he was able to give those reports and help us. He also contributes on the energy conservation, and proud to share with you all, this building is almost a 100% green building. One of the great accomplishments about this building is it's incredibly energy efficient, and energy efficiency was built into every aspect of it, from the lighting to lighting controls to the HVAC, everything. So really, really conscious, environmentally conscious, and this building has a very, very small carbon footprint. It's almost a net zero building. So we're very proud of that as well. So thank you, Andy, for your time and energy and commitment and guidance in those areas. We greatly appreciate you. Yes, sir. All right. So, got a few more remarks, but this new fire station is more than just a building. It is a home base for service and safety. It has been carefully designed to give our firefighters the tools, space, and resources they need to respond quickly, train effectively, and continue the proud tradition of protecting this community From improved living quarters and training facilities and modern apparatus bays, every detail of this station was built with the mission of saving lives and serving our citizens. So beyond its walls, this station belongs to you, the people of Norfolk. It is here for every resident, every family, and every business. When the alarm sounds, our firefighters will answer from here, ready, prepared, and committed to putting service above self. So now I will have our Select Board Chair, Anita Mecklenburg, come forward with some remarks.
Good morning. I'm a little shorter. First of all, I'd like to read a proclamation. I know Senator Roush and Representative Vaughn both send their regards on this momentous day for our community, and I'd like to read a proclamation that is from our Senate. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts State Senate officially cites, that's an official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts State hereby extends its congratulations to the town of Norfolk in recognition of the grand opening of the Norfolk Fire Department's new headquarters, and be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to, and a copy of therefore transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. So thank you from the Senate. I'll leave this here for you. What a beautiful morning. I remember it doesn't seem that long ago where we did the groundbreaking, and it was also a beautiful morning that day. I remember they were coronating royalty across the pond on that day. So way back, in the way back machine, when Norfolk became an official town in 1870, we had a government, we had schools, and we had a ladder truck house, because we believed as a community that we need to take care of each other. This morning, we celebrate the completion of our new fire station. The need was serious. The old fire station had a familiar facade, but did not function adequately or safely for our firefighters. The plan was collaboratively conceived, and it evolved over time with input from the community. The skilled and dedicated committee members volunteered their time out of a passion for our little town and her residents. The cost of it scared us a little, but in the end, over 500 folks voted in a special town meeting to move the project to the voters, and the voters said yes. We sincerely thank the folks who brought this idea to life: engineers, architects, the construction team, the fire station building committee, our firefighters, and who worked tirelessly to build responsibly and creatively to meet the needs of our town, while at the same time being fiscally responsible. We also thank the voters who believed in and supported this project. This beautiful building is the product of our skill, energy, and resources. It is also the product of disagreement and compromise. It is symbolic of our care for each other and our community. And congratulations to the fire department, the building team, and our entire community. This is us. Together, we are Norfolk. Thank you.
All right, we'll now have our building committee chair, Kevin Champagne, come forward to make remarks.
Thanks, Chief. And thanks for the rest of the fire department and the project team for planning and hosting this event. As a couple have mentioned, we got a perfect day for it. Welcome, everyone. We sincerely appreciate the turnout to celebrate the opportunity to celebrate the official opening of this facility. Chief did a great job thanking everyone that's been involved in this process, but I'm going to thank some of them again because it's what I have written down, and honestly, they deserve it. Planning and building a facility like this is truly a team effort. This, again, is in no way a complete list of all the people that were involved, because that would take forever to go through. But given their contributions to the project, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least acknowledge the firms, departments, and individuals. First, the entire project team, including our owner's project manager, Vertex, Steve Kirby, who's here to represent them. Lead architecture firm, Dora Whittier. I think Chief said Tim Mullen is here somewhere. And the general contractor, Castagna Construction. The professionalism and attention to detail have been this project's greatest asset. I'm involved just professionally in a lot of these types of building projects, and no matter how good of a committee you have, no matter how strong of a commitment you have from the town, if you don't have the right OPM and the right architect and the right contractor, things can go sideways so quickly that they're really, the hiring of all three of those firms was probably the best step that this project ever took. The town departments, including the planning board, zoning board, building and facilities department, DPW, and the select board, who without their help, this project would never have gotten out of the planning stages. The select board has been behind this project since day one. They helped hand select the committee that I've been a part of, and all the town boards and departments. Really, this has been a team effort. NCTV and town residents Donna Jones and Andy Bakanowski, who helped bring this project updates to the public via video and photography, as well as town resident Doug Barletta, who works for Vertex and, as the chief mentioned, provided daily construction oversight, which was immeasurable, especially to have someone local that cared this much about the project to be here on a daily basis. We were really fortunate. The building committee that includes myself, as well as fellow residents Aaron Hunt, Justin Yanosik, and Chris Baker, the fire chief, Chief Kinney, town finance director Todd Lindmark, and past town administrators Blythe Robinson and Justin Casanova Davis. And of course the residents of Norfolk, who overwhelmed us with the support of this project on more than one occasion. This ribbon cutting is the culmination of a lot of hard work put in by everyone mentioned, as well as countless others. And this is a project that I can truly say I'm proud to have been a part of. As I mentioned, I've been involved in a lot of these projects at a professional level, and we were kind of talking about this as a committee even before the ceremony started here. And this is about, every project is going to have hiccups, and we certainly had our share, but this is about as smooth of a process as this could have gone. And fortunately, that reflects itself in the money spent, and we've been fortunate that this project is being delivered under budget. Committee formed back in 2021, and it quickly became apparent that we all shared the goals of bringing a high-quality facility with cost consciousness and sustainability as top priorities. We wanted to be responsible with the town's money, while also keeping an eye on a future where our public safety needs will increase as our town continues to grow. The committee never wavered in those shared goals, and I believe that is what has resulted in this being a successful project. From hiring the OPM and architect, working through the initial planning process, community meetings, town department meetings, presenting our recommendations at special town meeting, and awaiting the results of the debt exclusion vote, which was pretty nerve-wracking, but was passed pretty overwhelmingly. And then seeing this project through construction, I can say this has truly been a really rewarding experience, and one that I'll never forget and be sad to see come to an end. However, I'm comforted by the fact that the fire department and the town have a facility that they can be proud of and will be able to enjoy for decades to come. So thank you again. I've been honored to be a part of this committee, and please enjoy the day in this building.
All right, so for those of you that have programs, I was going to make a little bit joke about this, but this was the last change order, because right now we're supposed to be doing the ribbon cutting, but my last change order request in the project is that you bear with me, because I assumed, and I hope I assumed correctly, that once we actually cut the ribbon and do the ceremonial hose uncoupling, you don't want to come back and listen to me talk anymore. So, I'm going to say a few more words, and then we will actually do the ribbon cutting, and we will also have a ceremonial hose uncoupling where we will honor our retirees and past members. And then we will have our ribbon cutting, which our dignitaries in attendance, our partners will participate in. So just a few more words in closing. I thank you again for joining us. And as we cut this ribbon today, we mark not just opening of a building, but the beginning of a new chapter in the history of our fire department. May it stand as a symbol of our commitment to safety, security, and strength of our community for generations to come. So right now, it is my honor to invite our dignitaries and our partners, and we will begin and initiate the ribbon cutting process. So while we're assembling, I will have this. I see our chaplain Derek White is in attendance, and I will have him come do a prayer of dedication. After the prayer of dedication, we will do the ribbon cutting and the hose uncoupling.
Chief said it well. You want to see the inside of the building, so let me keep this short and brief. Lord, we thank you for this day, for our community here in Norfolk. We pray for the men and women of our fire department. May speed save in their response to the community, and may this building be a blessing to that endeavor. We ask this in thy holy name. Amen.
Anita, could you come forward? And members of the building committee, could you please come forward? All right, I'd now like to invite all of the past members of the Norfolk Fire Department to come forward. Your hose is going to be the white hose here. So as the retirees are assembling, I just want to share a little bit. So it is very important to me to honor our past members and the commitment and the foundation and the culture that they established here. As a fire chief, I'm spoiled because the culture here and our membership's passion and commitment to this community is unparalleled.
Get everybody.
And in my work and research in trying to help develop the program and working with the architect for this facility, one of the things that I was able to do was pull old files from previous chiefs. So Chief William Kelly, who was the chief here for many years, yes. So back in as early as 2000, he had developed plans and worked with an architect to build a new facility for the town of Norfolk, knowing that the department was growing, knowing that the department was eventually going to transition to having more full-time staff and a need for 24/7 service. he had the foresight and progressive mind to design and build a station that, in square footage, believe it or not, 25 years ago, mirrored this exact building in many ways. The biggest difference being it wasn't 2 floors because it wasn't on this exact site, but all of the features and components, minus a few minor details, he had already kind of built out and had a conceptual plan of. And then I also had the fortunate experience to have Chief Coleman Bushnell, who was my immediate predecessor, had also done some renderings and work in 2015. So I had 2 really good conceptual plans, and some that had drawings and layouts there to reference. And although many of the codes and NFPA requirements for fire stations have adjusted and changed over the years, a lot of the major components that are featured in this building that emphasize safety, emphasize, speed of response and adequate space and safe space for the firefighters to deploy, to train, to get ready, all of those components were included in those buildings as well. So I'm very proud to say that made my job a little bit easier. I didn't have to come up with everything from scratch, if you will, and I didn't have to reinvent the wheel, because you had 2 fire chiefs prior to me who had the vision as well and who began to actually try to put that vision on paper and make it a reality. So I want to thank them for their time and their honored commitment to this organization as well, and the culture that they established to make my job easier even today. I'm going to join our past members and our current members in this uncoupling. Thank you all for coming again. The Norfolk Fire Station is now officially open fully for business. There is coffee and refreshments over to your right, my left. I really appreciate you all coming. We will commence with the open house, and we will have guided tours for everyone of the new facility. Greatly appreciate you all coming. Thank you.
Chief, do we have to hold it? I got it.